What up, folks? It's your pal, Coach Vino, and this is the Glass Half Full podcast where we turn setbacks into comebacks. Let's go.
Yo, everybody goes through setbacks, but don't let these setbacks make you take a step back. Step back from the situation, put your brush down, envision the picture you're painting, because everybody goes
All right. Welcome back to the podcast. I am Coach Vino, the people's bartender, and your certified coach from the Boogie Down Bronx. So I hope everybody is well since the last time we hung out. I'm doing fan-freaking-tastic. I recently came back from a meditation retreat, and I don't know if I shared with you guys in the podcast much, but I meditate pretty much every day, and it's really served me so well. But I constantly get questions from people like, hey, why do you meditate, and how do you find time to meditate? How do you meditate? I feel when I try, I can't do it. Bing bong bing. Some people think that it's like some weird little, woo-woo thing, you know what I'm saying? Where you're like burning incense and you're chanting and whatnot, The reality is meditation is not that, right? Meditation is a tool. It really is. It's something that helps you to find clarity, helps you to find focus and peace, And in a world where we're constantly being hit with distractions, right? All over the place. And so what I want to do today is I want to break down how meditation can help you in achieving your goals, whatever they are. Business, relationships, fitness, healing, whatever mountain you're trying to climb. Meditation can definitely be like a base camp that helps you get to the top, right? Think about this. We live in the noisiest time in human history. Right? And I'm not just talking about what's going on in politics. I understand. I'm just talking about like notifications, emails, texts, news, gossips, the algorithms. Everybody's got something to say, and your brain, it's like running like a squirrel on a Red Bull. You know what I'm saying? Vodka and Red Bull. What meditation does is meditation helps you quiet that noise. And not by ignoring it, because you can't ignore it, it exists. But by letting it pass, like cars on a highway, okay? You're not going to chase every car. But what you're going to do is you're just going to sit and you're going to watch. That's mindfulness, okay? That's presence. And when the noise settles, guess what's going to happen? You're finally going to get to hear your own thoughts, your desires, your true goals, okay? Not what Instagram tells you should matter. Not what your cousin said you should be doing, you know what I'm saying? You're going to realize what it is that you want. And that kind of clarity, I'm telling you right now, when you're trying to achieve a goal or many goals, is priceless. Because setting goals is easy, but sticking to them, that's a whole different ball game. You can start strong on Monday, and by Thursday, you're stress eating chips and on the couch, watching some binge show on Netflix, and you're wondering what the hell just happened. Meditation is going to strengthen your ability to focus. Okay, and I'm talking laser beam, like tunnel vision type of focus. I kid you not. When you sit still and train your attention over and over again, you're building the mental muscle to stay with a thought, to stay with something. And that's what goals require, right? What do they require? They require consistency. Not hype, not even willpower. They require presence, okay? Every time you notice your mind wander during meditation and you bring it back, that's like a rep. It's like going to the gym. It's like weightlifting for your brain. You know what I'm saying? Over time, that rep will transfer into real life. Okay? You start catching yourself quicker before the spiral begins, before the excuses, before the sabotage. That's how you keep your foot on the gas on this road to success. I mean, let's be honest. Chasing goals is not smooth sailing. You're going to fail. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to have setbacks. I mean, that's what we talk about on the show, right? Some days you're just going to want to quit, and that's normal. Meditation teaches you how to sit with discomfort without reacting to it. It gives you a front row seat to your inner world. You feel that anger rise, you notice it, and then you breathe through it, and you don't let it hijack your day. I can't tell you how often I have an emotion just come up, and I notice it immediately before I react, and I'm able to breathe myself through it. Probably kept me out of jail. Not even kidding. That's emotional control. That's power. When you can feel all your feelings without letting them run the show, you become dangerous in the best way possible, as opposed to letting them show and you become dangerous in a bad way. Because you become steady, and steady wins. Here's the other side of the coin. Meditation isn't just about stillness. Sitting down and breathing. No. It's about intention. It's also about intention. You ever try something like a visualization meditation? You close your eyes. Imagine yourself living that goal. You see it, you feel it, you hear it, you smell it, you believe it. You run that mental movie like you're already there. The brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. That's neuroscience, my friends. What you're doing is you're rewiring your mind for success before it even shows up. And I'm not, listen, the best athletes in the world do this. The Navy SEALs do this. All right? I'm not just here making it up, and it's not a bunch of, little hippies talking. No. This is what it is. And guess what? You can do it too. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, Vino, listen, that sounds great, pal. But I don't got time to sit cross-legged and start humming in silence for an hour. I know what you're thinking. Listen, first of all, you don't need an hour. You can start with 5 minutes. That's it. You sit down, you shut up and breathe. That's it. Simple as that. You inhale, you exhale, nice and slow. If a thought comes up, good. You're not doing it wrong. Just bring it back to your breath. That's the whole practice. That is literally it. Okay? So a thought comes up, oh shit, I'm thinking about the bills. I'm thinking about the sports game. That's all right. That's what your brain does. That's your brain's job. Now just bring your thoughts back to your breath. Okay? That's it. You do that for 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day, okay? And watch what happens in a week, then in a month, then in a year. It's not about being perfect at meditation. It's about just doing it and showing up every damn day. Meditation, reality is like taking out the mental trash. Got a lot of shit up there. It clears all the clutter so that your goals aren't buried under all that junk. It gives you clarity, focus, resilience, and vision. Okay? It helps you to know yourself and to trust yourself. And God damn, if trusting yourself isn't important these days, especially when you're setting out on goals. Because here's the truth. The person that you want to become is already inside you. You know this already. You know this. Don't act brand new. Okay? But it's hidden often under a lot of noise. Okay? A lot of self-doubt. But meditation just helps you to peel back all of those layers that are in the way, and it lets you out. You want to reach your goals? Don't just grind harder. Maybe stay still. Get clear and get present. Okay? That's how you go from being busy to being effective or effective. That's how you go from dreaming to doing. You got this. Well, look, that's all I got for you folks. If you enjoyed today's podcast, I'd appreciate if you left a review so you can help Coach Vino feed the hungry algorithm. And if you or someone you know might want to work with Coach Vino, you can visit my website, coachvinollc.com. You can also follow the podcast on social media where I share my thoughts in bite sizes. And it also gives me an opportunity to directly interact with you guys, which is always fun for your old pal Vino. So I'm everywhere at Coach Vino Podcast. And remember, folks, if nobody else tells you, Coach Vino appreciates you. Cheers. What I'm feeling in a hip-hop form, but I was born to succeed. So as long as I breathe, ain't nobody on this earth gonna crush my dreams. Yo, this might be the end of the verse, but this is just the start of a new beginning. Word.